the only podcast that reviews guacamole flavor.
This is Bombers.
Hey everybody, welcome to Bombers, episode 2 of season number that we're on, because I still can't remember how to do math.
4.
Season 4, episode, yes, I said it right that time.
Episode
2 of season 4, Bomber number 5, Deg, a.k.a. Anthony, a.k.a. Bomber number 5, and Bomber number 3, Zyber,
A.k.a. Zyber. Number 3.
and Bomber number Guacamole, Shay.
I have some interesting news for you, gentlemen. Bomber number 1, Bomber number 3, Bomber number 5, episode 2, season 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time all 5 numbers have been represented on the podcast.
And now you know the code to get into the Astral Observatory.
The Skull Kid's on the tower. Everyone hide. The moon is coming down.
It's crying.
This is the end. This is the final episode of the podcast. Goodbye, everybody.
Hit the dirt.
Oh, we have 3 more days.
Moon's fall.
We're going to start off the show with a little bit of... This is going to be a really short show because Anthony wants to watch Awesome Games Done Quick.
Are we going to start the show with a bang?
No,
we're going to start the show with a bang.
And we'll start with the Bombers. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Bang!
Oh, I get it now.
Because it's time for Drinks and Foods, the segment of the show where we review foods and drinks. Now, gentlemen, on last week's show, I said that I would be reviewing 1 can of Bang energy drink per week, and I will hold true to that. I will now review for you the Star Blast flavor of Bang. Uh-oh. Where is my can of Star Blast? The answer? I drank it this morning because I was really tired, and I didn't have any Mountain Dews in the house.
So how
and
was
because I wasn't about to do 600 milligrams of caffeine in one day, I can't review the Star Blast today.
It doesn't count if you don't drink it on the show, so...
However, I will tell you that it was kind of bad, and that ends my review of Star Blast.
Which one was this? What was the flavor of the Star Blast one? Was that the...
It was like kind of like cherry.
Ew.
Well, what did it advertise as?
Hold on, let me get the can. It says, no, this is just the same, like, marketing text as the last one. There's no...
So they're all the same flavor, they're just different names.
Well, they all taste like ground-up Smarties. Really.
That's
but
so
one is grape and one is cherry, so clearly grape's the best.
One is, like, taurine-flavored, and the other is also taurine-flavored.
Guarana.
Yeah, little magnesium sulfite.
It's just little pieces of magnesium in the bottom of the can.
Yeah, I mean, well, I felt that going down for sure. I'll pay for that later.
Yeah, as long as you don't feel it go up.
It's just solid sodium in the bottom. You open
I think I feel it coming now. Oh God,
it's
Am
happening.
I gonna be okay? I don't know.
And there's the Bang that they advertised with the name.
So the caffeine hasn't quite worn off yet. I'm still feeling that energy, even though this was now like 12 hours ago that I drank this thing. So
that's amazing.
I don't know that's entirely how that works, but congratulations.
What do you mean?
So
how does it work? Tell me how it works. If you're so smart,
it probably would have passed through your body by now.
Have you peed today?
Well, I've peed multiple times, but just because I peed doesn't mean the caffeine is like came out in my pee.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Maybe it's still there. No, I don't think so.
You drink coffee and you pee.
With the Kingdom Hearts randomizer in the next room and the dog park next to me, I hope not much stuff is getting picked up by my mic.
Well, for what it's worth,
it's all staying in.
Discord is getting nothing, so...
Well, that's great for Discord, but unfortunately, Discord isn't recording this. So anyways, next up is some bombtastic news, everyone's favorite part of the show, the news that is bombtastic. Just want to make a quick shout out to all of our Patreon goody people, especially our best friends Anne, Rob, and Josie, and our friends Haley, Himaru, and Minted Peas. If you feel like being a friend or best friend, feel free to give us money at our Patreon at ThisIsBombers. And why would you want to give us money and become friends? Because we are great to listen to and hang out with. Feel free to hang out with us in our Discord, link in the description below, where you can chat with us, be a part of
with us.
Fun conversations with music and cooking and playing video games.
Fun!
So much fun. We had a Games Done Quick chat specifically made to talk about the Games Done Quick going on this past week. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about our podcast or ourselves, or feel like emailing us fan fiction, feel free to email us at thisisbombers@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at ThisIsBombers, where we post notifications and possibly other stuff. And finally, you can follow our Twitch account, ThisIsBombers, where we play video games. Not this past Thursday, because we're going to watch the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer instead. But we usually have community runs on Thursdays and stuff on other weeks.
Usually.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but my long resistance to streaming may be coming to an end.
Gasp.
And maybe there will be some more details on that in the future. But
we all know
I am always one to kind of tease something and then just like leave it out there in the ether for months and months and months. So please look forward to that.
It's just the caffeine talking.
It's my heart talking, Anthony.
Yeah, because
I'm serious.
Because it's beating so fast from the caffeine.
It's beating in semaphore.
Beating in 88 beats per minute.
No, what is the Morse code? It's beating in Morse code.
I like
All right.
I like that you went with semaphore, which is why that's really funny.
I just knew semaphore. Like semaphore was at the top of my head. I couldn't think of Morse code, but I came up with the obscure system of sending messages to other ships via flag instead of
I'm glad you knew what it was,
a complex series of boops and beeps.
Oh.
Wonderful. Yeah, your heart is a flag because you wear it on your sleeve. For anybody who is not watching the podcast, which is all of you, I'm wiggling my arm around, pretending
if
that
you paid us $100 a month, you could watch the podcast and become an executive bomb-ducer, because why not?
Do it. Yeah, give us money.
Yeah, give us money. Come on, punk, you won't.
We could totally, lower that tier to like maybe $20 a month and actually make money and actually have people like watching. What do you guys think about that? Normally we would discuss this offline, but let's discuss it right here on the air. We don't have a lot to talk about today.
I like it being a meme.
It's just there.
Because that's what it is.
It's like, imagine if someone actually did it.
We could still have a $100 tier, and it would be the same rewards as the $20 tier.
But we only have one. There's one for $50 and one for $100. So if the $50 one is sold out and you still want to be in a Bomb Deucer, well, Bomb Deucer number 2 is $100.
Can I take a second to plug my favorite podcast right now? The Solid
Bombers.
Verbal is Bombers is like number 4.
Giant Bombers.
No, Giant Bombers is no longer my favorite podcast because it's gone downhill. But no offense. But the Solid Verbal is a college football podcast, and I love them dearly, and they are my favorite podcast. But they have gone really heavy on the ads, and I get it. You got to make your money, but at the same time, I'd just like to reiterate: Bombers will never have ads. The end.
But if you go to our Patreon and give us $100, you can totally be an executive bomb deucer, and listen, you could be here now watching us record.
If you would like to see
and
the
us
daily pictures of my Taco Bell tacos, feel free to join our Discord. There's a link in the description below.
We were going to talk about this later, but now that you brought it up, Zyber has been eating a taco a day now for the past 13 days as part of his executive Taco Bell subscription package. Tell us about those tacos.
Well, I've kind of just been going down the list of available tacos. Started with a soft shell supreme, no lettuce, of course. Then I think I did the same exact thing. Then I did a spicy potato taco, and today I had the nacho Dorito Loco Taco Supreme with no lettuce.
Is there any nacho actually in that?
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's just called a Doritos Locos. I don't think there's any nacho.
No, the flavor is nacho cheese Dorito.
I mean, the shredded cheese
but
might
it's
have
called
nacho.
Doritos Locos.
You're right, it is called because they got rid of the good one, which was the Cool Ranch.
Eh.
Man, Taco Bell is so great. Even if they gave me money, I would still talk about how great they were. But this show will never have ads. But Taco Bell is great. Also, you should buy Duracell batteries.
Just keeps going. Wait, no, that's not it.
And going. Just like
we've offended the advertiser.
That's just like this
wrong
bit.
battery.
Oh, what have you done? We just lost millions.
Is that not Duracell?
I think that's Energizer.
Oh, it is Energizer.
Yeah, the Duracell bunny, you know.
Yeah, if they were paying us money, we would have used the correct tagline, but there's no ads, so.
Who even uses batteries anymore? Controllers all have its own charging.
What do they have in them that are that recharge? What do you call those things? Rechargeable
solar
Power
panels.
Car packs.
What's in my mug? Oh, delicious Coca-Cola.
Good.
We'll never... Tap water. Enjoy.
Bottled water.
Boo.
Red Robin. Yum. All right, what's the next? I'm the next.
You are.
Okay. How about? So were you just waiting for me to start it? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
we could. We could go for another 40 minutes on whatever we're doing.
Having no
Our
ads,
fans
obviously.
Our fans have come to expect pretty much whatever from this show. So if we started a segment where we say we'll never have ads on this show, and then do 50 minutes of talking about products that are technically not sponsors.
They're not technically not.
Really
they
well.
literally are not. We have no ads. There are no sponsors.
We just talk about what we want
no
to talk
sponsors
about.
at all. Just like Tesla, we will never have ads via Tesla.
Get there
today.
fast.
We don't need to talk about that.
All right. Upcoming releases. You know what? Upcoming releases is like literally an ad for games that are coming out,
It
too,
is.
by the way.
Don't ruin it.
Okay. Enough. God of War. Sony's God of War 2018 edition, not the 2005 edition or Sony's God of War
earlier than
2
that.
2007 edition. No, it wasn't.
Are you sure?
Totally 2000. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
That was a late life PS2 game for sure. I might have come out after the 360.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was pretty old.
Anyway,
So it took me a while to play him.
That's not how buttons.
Anyway, God of War coming to PC on January 14th. So PS4 loses an exclusive.
Wow, it was 2005.
Anyone who hasn't played it should totally go play it. Says I, the person who didn't play it until I had a PS5 with the free version of God of War on it.
Yeah, I got the free version on PS5.
It's so good. I was not
If you have
expecting it to be so good.
If you have a PS5, you have God of War already and don't need to wait for the PC release that's coming out on the 14th, which is
assuming you have
tomorrow.
PlayStation
That you
Plus
have to pay for,
anyway.
presumably.
Wait a minute. Are we doing this right?
Today is the 13th. We're recording it. You're going to hear this on the 17th. So technically, it's already out.
Oh,
Go buy
boo.
God of War
Yes,
in stores now.
We did our week incorrectly for the weekly bomb. Whoops. Well, what else is coming
Well,
out?
technically you missed it last week then.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction. I'm told Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six is a popular franchise, a popular game, something. I don't know. This is so out of my wheelhouse that I don't even have anything to say about it. It's coming to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Sexbox, and Google Stadia, ladies and gentlemen. Not dead yet, apparently.
I didn't know like
Keeps going.
Tom Clancy was like a year release thing like Call of Duty and Battlefield is.
Well, I thought the last.
I don't think it is. I think
the
this
last
is
Tom
first one.
Clancy was Siege. I thought, and that came out like 4 years ago.
Was it?
That was the last Rainbow Six game. I think they did like a Ghost Recon one a couple of years back.
Oh well, okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
Rainbow
If
Six
it's-
specifically.
they're probably produced by different teams. I mean, they are still Ubisoft, so it would make sense if they were yearly.
Who plays these games? I would like
A
to hear
lot
from
of-
one person who listens to this podcast who's played a Tom Clancy game.
We
Any
don't
of
really
them.
have many PC players.
So I
It's on everything.
played a fair bit of the first Ghost Recon back on the GameCube. I really enjoyed, but that was forever ago. And I did end up purchasing and playing like 3 games of Rainbow Six Siege on the PS4.
Okay, okay. Tell me about Rainbow Six Siege. What can we expect from Rainbow Six Extraction?
I have no idea. It may or may not be similar to Siege. Siege was its own weird thing because it was specifically only designed as a competitive multiplayer type thing, and the competitive multiplayer scene for it is honestly very large. There's a lot of people that stream it and do tournaments and stuff.
Because that's the game where like you can like build metal walls to plug up holes and stuff. Yeah,
it's like 2 teams of 4 or 5. Both like it's Counter-Strike, but more.
There's bombs you can stop
and
or just kill each
bombs
other.
And there's hostages and
are there rainbows?
They are not rainbows. I guess they're kind of like rainbows.
There better be rainbow mods.
Mr. Pink, Mr. Black, Mr. Purple.
What's wild is that there's not 6 of them. It's like 4 or 5. It doubled, so it's like 8 or 10.
Well, how many Reservoir Dogs were there?
8. Wait. 2? Wait.
No, there were definitely more than that. Because there were multiple colors, I remember. There was a rainbow.
No, it's basically a Tom Clancy book.
So, it's boring and stupid?
Yeah.
and like, it talks about weapons for, like, 40 pages?
Oh, yeah. It definitely is a bit masturbatory about the weapons.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Hey.
what?
This is PG-13 rated.
That's just a word.
It's a dirty word.
You're dirty.
You know what that
Your
means.
dirty word.
Guys,
What else is coming out? Do we have anything else? I've scrolled away from the list.
Speaking of words that sound dirty but aren't, Windjammers 2
Whoa,
is coming out.
PG podcast. Come on.
13.
Windjammers 2, January 20th, coming to Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Google Stadia. It's like an ultimate frisbee sports game.
It's the second one, which is wild because I hadn't heard of the first one.
Well, it's coming on the Stadia, so
Yeah, there's all you need to know.
So you're telling me that
it's
you
not
ne-
even
you
wait. It's
you
not
never
coming
had
on the
Windjammers.
PS5 and Xbox. Whatever it's called.
Windjammers came out in 1994.
Yeah, for
on
the Neo Geo.
Geo.
You're telling me you've never heard of Windjammers?
No.
I had not. I literally just Googled it. I can't believe that Windjammers 2, that from 1994 till now, they have not made any other Windjammers.
Windjammers is like the ultimate cult classic game that nobody has played.
Including me.
But it has been released on Neo Geo, obviously, and it recently got a re-release on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. So go check out some Windjammers if you like multiplayer sports games that are like totally off the wall and crazy.
The game mechanics are essentially the same as Pong or air hockey, where players continuously shoot the disc at the goal of the opponent attempting to score.
Yeah, I don't know why I called it Ultimate Frisbee, but I think prior to the show we had a long discussion about Ultimate Frisbee and my apparent lack of knowledge about how that game is played anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Is it just air hockey?
It's basically just
Windjammers.
air hockey.
It's Windjammers.
Yeah, but it's basically just air hockey.
Air hockey is Windjammers. So, like, I go to the arcade and I see an air hockey table. I'm like, hey, you want to play some Windjammers? And the people look at me like I'm awesome.
You want to play some real-life Windjammers?
It's
And they're
like-
like, what? Well, it's because the table blows out wind and you try to jam the puck into the slot at the end.
It's like one of those mini games in Crash Bash where you're supposed to hit the balls into other people's goals while defending your own goal.
It's like that one mini-game in Beyond Good and Evil where you hit the things to the other side of the table.
It's like Fruit Ball from Birth by Sleep.
If you think about it, pretty much every sport is about trying to put a ball where the other team doesn't want it to go. Whoa. Think about it.
And some things that aren't sports, too.
I mean, sometimes
Whoa.
in tennis, I try to get them to put the ball where I want them not to want it.
What?
What? What's the next segment?
Next up, we have the Weekly Bomb, where we come up with news items and determine if they are the bomb or a bomb. So,
Like
I'm going to
a
choose...
bomb, like an atomic bomb. Like an A bomb. Like, yo, man, that's the atomic bomb. Kids say
That's
that, right?
that's nuclear.
I'm starting
So
a
is it
TikTok.
sour?
Yeah, like it's an atomic warhead. Is it the bomb and it's awesome, or is it
A bomb and like
an
a lemon head.
atomic warhead that is sour and not? Is this sweeter? I mean, we got to rebrand this sections to sweet or sour.
We will never have ads on the show. Warheads. That's good candy.
I love sour.
Sour.
Warheads, I
Gone.
love sour. That's their new tagline.
I love burning holes in my tongue.
Who's going first?
Code Red Mountain Dew. Code Red from the makers of Mountain Dew.
Full of many natural artificial flavorings.
Go ahead, Shay, lead us off.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land, that Switch Kirby game that Nintendo showed off in a Nintendo Direct late last year, that's gotten a release date. And guess what? It turns out that spring actually means spring. Because when they announced this game...
Wow!
I know, spring never means spring for Nintendo. Spring means like July.
No,
or
it really
August.
doesn't.
Or in the case of
It
Pikmin
means
2...
summer.
Or in the case of like Pikmin 3, I think, like September. But anyway... Kirby and the Forgotten Land is coming to Nintendo Switch on March 25th. There's a new trailer. To be honest with you, I have not watched it yet.
No, I thought it was pretty
It's
good.
adorable.
I gotta check it out. I love me some Kirby games.
I remember our discussion during the Nintendo Direct, which you can go back and go ahead and editor and put in whatever episode that is that we discussed it here.
I will not.
Thank you. But we discussed the Nintendo Direct in one of the episodes of the podcast, like right at the end of last season, I think it was. And we said, it looks empty. They need to give us more. And then the trailer, the world looked full of things, and it wasn't as boring as the initial Nintendo Direct made it out to be. It looked.
I mean, it was just a concept trailer initially. So
yeah, but this looks much more. It's to give you my initial take on it. Mario Odyssey, but Kirby.
I get a little worried when there's a game called Forgotten Land and the game looks empty because did they forget to make the land? Like it's like Soul Calibur Broken Destiny. I don't think you should have the word broken in your game title. That just seems like a bad idea. Broken Age. I don't know.
it's not even the first time they've had Forgotten Lands in games. Like Spyro 3, they go to a Forgotten Dragon Realms. Said to us people at least.
Spyro 3, a classic for sure.
But
that was Year of the Dragon though. That wasn't the title of the game.
The trailer looked good for Kirby, the game that we're talking about.
What about the trailer for Spyro Year of the Dragon?
I don't
It was
know.
pretty
Look it up
legit.
and send it to me.
Did Stuart Copeland do the music for that game?
So, yes, I think. I'm excited to play as Bandana D and play co-op with Haley.
Oh, we're back to Kirby again?
No, we're still talking about Spyro.
I'm talking about
I don't
Kirby's
know
Epic Yarn with the you played as like Prince Fluff or whatever his name was, and it was awesome because you couldn't die.
I thought it was Yoshi's Epic Yarn and Kirby's Woolly World.
No, it's Kirby's Epic Yarn, Yoshi's Woolly World, and then Yoshi's Crafted World because you just can't get enough of those arts and crafts if you're Nintendo. But I'm kind of glad they got away from that for this.
Kirby 64.
I like Kirby 64. I think it's underrated.
That was fun to do the mini games of.
Air Ride.
I like Kirby.
That was
Air
fun
Ride.
to
I
do
think
the
it's
mini
underrated.
games of.
Dreamland 3.
I like
I've never
Dreamland
played
3.
that one.
Not underrated, perfectly rated.
rated correctly.
Rated.
Rated, yes. Kirby's Dream Course.
Dream Course, nice.
Well, did you guys play Kirby's Dream Course?
No, never heard of it.
No.
It's an isometric like golf game with Kirby in it.
Sounds terrible.
No, wait. I did play...
It's on Super Nintendo.
I think there was someone's house I went to. For a second I thought it was yours, Shay, but I don't think you have a Super Nintendo.
I do have a Super Nintendo, but I do not have that game.
I have a Super Nintendo.
Maybe I
go
watched
to
a
Zyber's
speedrun
house?
of that game. I think I watched a speedrun of that game.
Cool.
I've never been to Zyber's house.
This is the bomb, right? Because you guys are telling me I was relying on you to tell me whether or not the game looked good or not. Because to be honest with you, I was kind of afraid to watch the trailer. I thought Kirby Star Allies was a huge disappointment. I did not like that game
it's
at
not a
all.
Kirby game, really. It's like a spin-off Kirby game.
It's true.
So, like, the game itself, Forgotten Land, definitely the bomb. The release date, I'm pretty upset about, because there's now
Why?
5 games coming out in March that Haley and I want to get.
I think it's great. I love when Nintendo does this sort of like closer, like quick turnaround. Hey, the game is releasing in 2-3 months, as opposed to like, initially, it's coming in spring. All right, well, we'll see if that actually pans out. Maybe we'll get it in July, but the like hard release a couple months out and then actually sticking to it type stuff is better than say other companies that will get an announcement now that this game is coming out in September. okay, that's 9 months from now, and then they'll delay it anyway.
It feels like they have a certain type of game that they do the quick turnaround on and say, like, oh, the release is coming soon. Like, Paper Mario and the Origami King is another one I can think of, where it was like, I think they announced it in June, like mid-June, and then it was out like the next month. It was crazy.
Yeah, Link Between Worlds was like a month away from the announcement, too. Hey, Nintendo, want to announce another 2D Zelda game?
Hey, want to announce Metroid Prime 4? Oops.
Oops.
No,
it's only
instead they,
been 4
they
years.
announced Metroid Dread.
And that is kind of the thing,
yeah.
the difference between teasers and full-on announcements. So if they want to do more of what they did with Kirby and less of what they did with Metroid Prime 4, for it.
I mean, from a business perspective, I get what they were trying to do with Metroid Prime 4. Realistically, at that time, when they made that announcement, I'm sure they thought it would be out within like 2 years.
I mean, it probably would have
I'm
been
sure
out by
they
now
thought that.
if they didn't think it was terrible.
Ew.
Who was on the original development team? Was that Next Level Games or was it Namco? Or was it someone else entirely that I'm just forgetting? Because they brought in
remember.
Retro to like fix it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
I had to look it up. But bad job,
long as it
whoever
wasn't
started
Grayscale.
development on that game. Bad job. We are desperate for more Metroid. Make it happen.
You got
All right.
you got Dread.
No, there was it was an appetizer. I want the full course meal. I did like Metroid Dread a lot. I know you did,
but I think-
but I liked it a lot.
I think we're all on agreement that this is the bomb.
Yep.
And now we'll hear from Cyber. What's your news item?
All right. Well, I heard that PlayStation Now gift cards, which I didn't even know were a thing until now, are no longer going to exist. And
Until PlayStation Now.
like
Jokes.
instead, you'll just buy regular PlayStation gift cards, and I guess buy Now with that, which makes complete sense to me. So anyway, this has been not spurring, but like increasing people's ideas of the possibility of PlayStation Now being replaced or being merged with PlayStation Plus to be a different subscription-based thing.
It's basically the same thing as what Xbox did, what was that, 2 years ago, with merging Game Pass with
Xbox
Gold.
Live. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and there
Gold
was a point where
specifically.
they had Xbox Live Silver, and then they had Xbox Live Gold. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Silver went away, and then all you had was Gold, and then Gold went away, and all you had was like Game Pass Plus Live or something. I could be wrong about that. I don't subscribe to either.
I don't know what the exact branding on it was, but that's basically what they did to the services, at least. So, I mean, from a business perspective, it makes sense. Xbox has clearly been, or Microsoft that is, has clearly been pretty successful with their Game Pass models. Kind of makes sense for Sony to follow in that line. I don't know what the numbers and metrics are between PS Plus and PlayStation Now,
Probably
but I
big.
imagine that yeah, there's going to be some interesting shakeups in the works, because let's be honest, it's much easier to have a single subscription than it is to have two different ones.
So for people who don't understand what's going on, PlayStation Plus is the online subscription to be able to play games online, and also you get free games every month. PlayStation Now is the subscription to be able to... can you actually download the games, or do you just stream them?
It's one of those two, or both of them. I don't have it because
Yeah.
it does not interest me in the slightest.
Some kind of combination where there's a list of games, kind of like, Netflix or Xbox Game Pass, that you can pick from and play for free because you're paying for the subscription.
Yeah, either way, it's game rental subscription service similar to Game Pass, as opposed to actually purchasing and owning games, a thing that I think we should be able to do.
And you can, in many cases.
Yeah.
So
and
please do that.
That's
Please-
why I do
please-
that.
Please go to GameStop or Walmart or Target or Best Buy and pick up some games. Or Amazon.com, where you can buy things and have them given to you by some dude in a creepy car.
Or truck.
Or
Or
creepy
van.
truck. Or creepy van.
Ice cream truck.
Creepy rickshaw.
So as for this news item... As for
Can you
this
imagine
news item,
Amazon rickshaws are the wave of the future? They're the carbon neutral.
Just comes
Remember
they-
down the chimney with a
remember the-
drone.
the drone thing that everyone was talking about, it's like, that's never going to happen. The
It-
logistics behind that is absurd.
I think, aren't they doing drones in, some areas?
They're totally doing drones in some areas.
Like probably next to where warehouses are or something.
So for the PlayStation Now news, which is something that makes me less sad, I think, as I said, good idea, because Game Pass from Microsoft has proven that this model works, so they might as well do it. But as someone who has PS Plus but doesn't care about PS Now, I'm going to have the same take on this that I had when Xbox was doing this type of stuff, which is, I don't want to pay more for something you're forcing me on when I'm perfectly happy with the less thing that costs less, because I don't care about the Game Pass / PlayStation Now. So if they merge them and then they're like, oh, also now because they're merged, everyone's subscriptions are going to go up by $30 or something like that.
Well, hopefully, even though Nintendo's subscription prices are ridiculous, that they follow suit with that and have 2 separate subscriptions still, like tier list, whatever.
Yeah, I got taken off of the Nintendo Online Family Plan that I had been on, and have yet to have had any instance where I wanted to resubscribe.
You've burned too many bridges, huh?
I'm still on
No
my
more Nintendo
friend's
family for you. Your
Things
Nintendo,
happen.
your Nintendo family hates you now.
Mm-hmm.
I also have unsubscribed from Nintendo Online because I have a Nintendo Entertainment System and I have a Super Nintendo and I have a Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis is bad and that's about it.
Look at you people not playing Smash Bros. Online.
Oh, I'm so sad. I can't play a game that I can never win at because everyone's obsessed.
Nah.
I haven't touched Smash Brothers in... When did it come out? Because it's been about 4 years.
I am the world's biggest sucker because I buy all the DLC for Smash Brothers and I don't even care that I'm never going to see it.
So
Like,
it's a lot of fun.
I
to play,
can't
so.
stop.
I stopped. I think it was like Fighter Pass 1 was the last one I bothered with.
Oh, back in 2014? Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
back when they announced, oh man, can you holy crap, man, Wii Fit Trainer is coming to Super Smash Brothers. What is going on?
I totally wanted to main Wii Fit Trainer, but then I tried playing as her. I was like, oh, this is terrible.
It's like a good 3/4 of the roster then. Oh wait, this is terrible.
So this is I'm not gonna say it's the bomb because it's not like so awesome that I can't even believe it's happening. But Anthony, I think you made a good point earlier where you're like, well, getting rid of one subscription service in favor of another and kind of merging 2 into one. I mean, that's at least good for the consumer in terms of our constant confusion about where the hell all of our money is going. So you know,
yeah, it's like
I'm
it's
for
not
it.
A or the bomb. It's just
It's
something in
overall
between.
it's a pretty good thing, but it's
It just
not like,
is.
ooh boy. Here's the good thing that came out of this. It reminded me that I have to check and cancel my Xbox Live Gold subscription because I haven't touched my Xbox in like a year.
Yay!
Wait, so it's not tied to your Game Pass?
I have my Xbox Live Gold for my actual like Xbox, and I have a PC Game Pass.
Oh my god, talk about consumer confusion. I didn't even know that was a thing you could do.
Yeah, like I thought the
Xbox
PC
Live was... Ugh.
No, they are 2 different things that I am paying for, and I need to stop one of them.
See,
What
like
is
I
wrong
thought
with
just
us?
Game Pass was Game Pass. I didn't realize there was a difference between PC and Xbox Game Pass.
There is also there's an Xbox Game Pass, which is just called Game Pass, and there's a PC Game Pass, which is called PC Game Pass.
It's terrible. Terrible. When are we getting
I
a
think
PC PlayStation Now?
Stop. Don't give them ideas, because they'll do it.
My brain just melted. What is the last story?
The last story is a video game.
The last story is my story, which
Let's hear it, baby.
This is
this
my
past
story.
week, it was revealed by some, I don't know, news outlet or something or another. Twitter, I don't know.
IGN, the only place to get all your video game news. Bombers has
According
no ads.
So according to IGN, there was a report from VGC where sources said... So IGN is reporting on someone else's report, because that's how journalism works these days.
That's how I got this PlayStation Now gift card article from IGN.
That's how you triple source stuff. You see 3 websites posting, you're like, okay, that's triple source. We can post about it now too.
Yeah, three websites that all post about the other websites posting about it.
You know, you could totally create an entire like fake news cycle.
They do.
Just
That's
People
what they do.
no, but like you yourself could create 3 websites that are like branded differently and just pretend to be posting news all day long, and there would just be a never-ending just
deluge.
Make a
stream
literal circle where each of the site like references the other.
Yeah.
It was reported today by Deg's News
Hey,
that
listen.
Zyber's News reported that Shay's News reported that Deg's News reported this.
This is how CNN and Fox News do it. Look, I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying this is the reality we live in.
Anyways,
Make stuff up. Let's make some money.
The actual news item is that it seems that a full build of Horizon Forbidden West has leaked a month ahead of the official release of the game. There were some screenshots from the game that were posted on social media, quote-unquote social media, we all know it was Twitter, whatever, that were then removed from the website due to reports from the copyright holder. So Guerrilla Games or Sony or someone went after it, had these pulled down, which kind of leads credence to the fact that it might actually be, real screenshots from the game. And all of this sort of harkens back to what happened with Last of Us Part 2, with the full build of the game releasing early and all of the story spoilers going out a month early. And it's interesting that this is another Sony game that has a full build of the game being released a month early.
Well, didn't Pokemon, the Brilliant Diamond, etc., get released like a week early or something like that?
Actually, it got released 15 years ago. But
Yeah.
carry on.
Brilliant Diamond, I know. Like a ton of games are just being found a month or even a couple weeks early, and it's just no,
Quote,
guys,
unquote,
come on,
found.
stop taking these from warehouses. Just let them be.
Do you really think they're taking them from warehouses or ripping them off the gold disc? Like, don't you think it's more likely that they've got the file uploaded onto some server somewhere where it's just ready to go live for when the game is available for download, like day of release?
I am way more convinced that they're stealing it off of some server somewhere than ripping it off of a gold disc.
You never know.
But either way,
I guess not. Like, if there was some disgruntled Guerrilla employee that left the company and happened to have the files like on his PC or something. I'm not sure like how they did such a poor job vetting that situation, and not
just have the entire game. Well, I guess it wouldn't be that much.
a couple gigs.
I doubt there's a single employee in any video game company anywhere that has an entire game stored somewhere on their system. That just seems like poor. That seems like poor mitigation control for potential disasters.
I just can't stand all these leaks that keep happening. Like, I kind of hate in general the culture around gaming where everyone's so frothing at the teeth to get a hold of stuff that you can't even wait for the official release or anything. Like, come on.
It's like that YouTube channel that posts all the boss battles in games, and like day of a game releasing, they have their boss battle video up. I go, how the heck did you even do that? And stop YouTube sharing it to me. Like, whenever I want to avoid spoilers, I have to avoid YouTube like the plague so badly.
You have to avoid the internet, basically.
I mean, like Twitter
would
and
like to
stuff,
know-
no one I follow is going to spoil stuff. But I can't trust
I would like to know. I want to know who these people are that are like clicking on this stuff, because if everywhere you go on the internet, people are like, "Oh, spoilers! Spoilers! No spoilers!" What? Like, okay, that's fine. But the only reason that these YouTube videos exist is because people are clicking on them, and presumably they're monetized and people are making money off of them, and they have millions and millions of views, day one. So if everyone's so anti-spoiler, why is everyone clicking on the spoilers?
So you got
I would love to know.
I mean, you got people who aren't anti-spoiler. They'd love to find out about a game as much as they can. Or you got the opposite, where they
where are those
hate
people?
the idea of the game, and so they want to look at it to make sure they're right in hating it,
So like a confirmation bias type of thing.
Yeah.
I hate this, so I don't care if I'm spoilered. I'm going to watch the spoilers and be like, no, yeah, that's as dumb as I thought it was, and here's my blog post about how it's bad.
Yeah. Or you got the
Blog post
people
is still
who,
a thing, right?
never plan to buy it themselves. So they're like, oh, sweet, I'll just watch it here then.
I ain't gonna play this game. Nobody got time for that.
So going back to the idea that this was leaked, I mean, this sucks. And Anthony was borderline accusing me of being excited about Horizon Forbidden West being leaked prior to release. But to me, there's a difference between hype cycle and like when you get to the point where a game is about to be released and then spoiling everything. Like the best part of the hype cycle is that week or so the month and the weeks like leading up to the release, and like just hearing little tidbits from like previews from like major game coverage outlets, and then finally the reviews come out like 2 days before, and those are kind of tend to avoid spoilers as a common practice. So like that's the best part of the hype cycle. But then to have everything spoiled, that to me is awful. It's awful for the game. It's awful for the company. It's awful for Sony. It's awful for the fans. Like, who are the people that are doing this and hoping that everyone will benefit from it, I guess.
Yeah, but I feel like, devil's advocating about my initial point of calling you out on potentially being excited because of hype cycle stuff is the fact that for some people, these kinds of leaks are basically integrated into the hype cycle. They're so excited about it, they can't wait the month for a release, which is crazy to think about. Or,
get a job. Get out of your parents' basement. The days passed really fast when you have a job.
To me, who doesn't buy into the hype cycle at all, these types of leaks just feel like they're fueled by the people who are part of the hype cycle movement. Because everyone's like, oh, you want to know more? Here's more. Digging through trying to get early information. I got all your early information. It feels like it fuels the leakers. And as pointed out, like Zyber said, that was Zyber, right? Shay? What am I? Brain stop.
There's only two of us.
One of the two of us. You have it's 50-50 chance.
50-50.
Who, these videos have to have millions of links. Like, there are people who, spoilers or not, like, whether or not I've looked at any of the spoilers, which I haven't, I have now given clicks to like IGN and VGC about this article itself. So it's still generating news. It's still like people are talking about it, even if they're not actually getting into the spoilers. It's still part of the hype cycle.
Is a journalistic outfit not supposed to report when an entire game leaks onto the internet? I mean, that seems to me to be pretty newsworthy, because if you're that game publication, like potentially you are informing people, hey, watch out, it's out there.
Yeah,
it's like,
and
I think that's pretty valuable.
I'm not necessarily calling out the journalistic output, or as much as I'm calling out the people who are leaking it, because journalists will report on it. Some people just like to be famous, or infamous, as the case may be. Like, people are talking about the thing that whoever this is did this, and people who are less, let's say, wary than I will be like, well, who's the one that looked at it? And let me look at that. What else do they have going on? And like, attention is drawn to the leakers, regardless, for the most part.
And it reminds me of how Microsoft will announce vulnerabilities after they patch like all their servers. Like, all right, here's vulnerabilities. So all you people for your own servers, you should probably patch those before all the hackers we just notified do stuff with those vulnerabilities.
Oh, you mean the people with the jobs need to patch the server so that the people without the jobs that are just hacking as their job, like, okay, that definitely works in the correct order.
I don't like leakers. I think that leakers are fueled by the hype cycle, so I don't much care for the hype cycle. That's my take. So,
it's totally the bomb that a game was leaked a month early. Yes.
Get a job. That's my take on the scenario. Just get a job. It's the answer to everything, apparently.
Except the leaker.
No, you can get fired from whatever it is that you do. Probably something stupid.
Leaking.
Yeah. Professional leaker. You're fired.
Go be a plumber. Fix those leaks.
Sony needs to hire a plumber to fix those leaks. Jeez. That's two major releases in 2 years now. 3 years? When did Last of Us Part 2 come out? 2020?
It was a while ago.
Oh, time. It just keeps flying by.
Slipping.
I don't like that band.
Initial release, June 19th, 2020.
Wow.
2 years ago.
Almost. Year and a half.
Felt like a lot longer ago. Wow.
Year and a half ago.
Longer.
So yeah, that's two major releases in less than 2 years from Sony. What are you doing, Sony?
Get it together.
We haven't really had much in the way of super major leaks from Nintendo, really. Other than that that one interesting thing with all of the source code packs from the old N64 games that
it depends on it depends on what you mean by major leaks, because like there were certain things that were known about, like going into E3. You know, people are always. I mean, with Nintendo, it can be hard because it can be hard to know like what's a real leak and what's just people predicting stuff. Because
people predicted the Switch, so easily.
Well, like odds are, if you predict something, it will come true eventually. Especially with Nintendo, because they're
Mother
so
3 is
IP
going to be
driven.
released any day now.
Nope. No, you can't predict that.
Yeah, but there's definitely a difference between, Nintendo will definitely announce X at E3, and, hey, here's the entirety of Last of Us 2.
I mean, I'm telling you, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl got released in advance. People had a version of it without the day one patches, and it was terrible looking.
Wait,
and then they got the day one patches, and it was still terrible looking.
And the art style was still bad.
Yeah.
No, I think we're on the record, Anthony, saying that we like the Pokemon.
We
Pearl
actually
art
are
style.
on the record, but I'm not gonna pass up the chance to joke like that. You kidding me?
That's true. It's like the 7.6 too much water. Like you just have to mention it as many times as you possibly can because it's so funny. Like 6 years later.
Ha!
I actually like that game too.
Whatever.
Minish recap.
Where we recap minutely.
Minishly.
You know, we don't need to introduce every segment. We've been doing this like 4 years at this point.
That's everyone's favorite segment.
That's every segment.
Wait, what segment are we doing?
Everyone's favorite.
Drinks and food.
Oh, everyone's favorite segment? There are no ads?
No, it's actually Zombie Kill of the Week. But unfortunately, we don't have a Zombie Kill of the Week because we didn't have the money, because we have no ads!
7.6, too much AGDQ.
I mean, we're also running out of zombies, surprisingly.
It is kind of... We gotta get a new outbreak going.
What's always interesting about like the Walking Dead series of games is technically there are a finite number of zombies, unless people are getting born and then getting infected. But even then, you'd think that at some point, like the number of zombies would start to fall off, right?
Well,
but
if people are getting born and getting infected, then you just have baby zombies, and nobody wants zombabies.
There is no way that your birth rate is the same level that it is pre-zombie pandemic, basically.
They start hatching.
No. What, the babies?
Yeah.
Do zombies lay eggs?
Yeah.
Zombabies?
Oh, Zombie Kill of the Week.
More like Zomburp.
You're not going to get a better title for this episode than the one that I have, so stop trying.
Okay.
I don't even know what it is. Minish recap.
I've been playing Final Fantasy X.
Recap.
Yay!
Because playing 15, I was like, man, I want to play 10 and 12, so I started with 10. It's fun. It's good.
Sure.
I just raced a chocobo and got the stupid 0.0 second challenge, and that was the last thing I did.
I saw there was an internet thing that was about Final Fantasy VII Intergrade or Retrograde or Intersection.
Retrograde. Intermission.
Whatever it's called.
Intercourse. Final Fantasy VII Intercourse. I'd play that.
Hey,
VR.
I have played that. Newgrounds.
Oh,
anyway.
Sorry, what?
Oh, God.
You're saying.
It was about Final Fantasy VII, like, the combat in Final Fantasy VII subtitle is bad. What I'd rather do is play the original where I menu and then sit around and watch attack animations for 20 minutes. And I was hot. Okay, hear me out. They're both bad.
Hey, leave my menuing alone.
Basically what the Final Fantasy X is a lot of menuing.
That's all RPG. That's what a JRPG is. It's menuing.
I mean,
I am going to move off this topic so fast because I have a TV in my basement that I hit with a hammer every time I get angry, and I'm going to walk over to that TV if you say one more bad word about JRPGs. Zyber,
right,
Final Fantasy X has its fair share of fans and detractors. Why do people not like Final Fantasy X?
I mean, so like at this point, it definitely feels like there's a lot of outdated stuff with it, or because like it technically is like a hallway simulator like 13. It's just that it does a lot better job of making you feel
Are
Dag
you
is
okay over
dying.
there? What is going
No,
on?
I laughed myself to death.
Okay.
It makes you
These days are gonna
feel
die laughing.
much more into the world and story. I mean, there's actual towns and characters you interact with, but like the level up system is basically just going down a path. You can't really decide much of a difference for the characters until end game, and then even then, post game content is just ridiculous. Like the Chocobo racing part, getting all the Ultima weapons, stupidly challenging, and all it is just to be extremely tough bosses that require you to just max all of your stats, and so it's a big grind. But
So it's Persona.
so
It's not Persona. Persona is
no.
remarkably well balanced.
No, Persona's pretty great. So like, if you're not into just the stat maxing, all that kind of stuff, it can definitely be a chore.
Like Persona.
But
Dude,
I would
you haven't even played Persona.
I would at least encourage people just to get through at least the story of 10, just because it's really nice.
I can't do this podcast anymore.
Also, I love 10 too.
Difference is insurmountable. That's the karaoke game.
Yes, I love karaoke.
To be fair, 1,000 Words, really good. Good song.
Best karaoke in video games: Yakuza, Shenmue, or Final Fantasy X-2.
Yakuza.
Yeah.
Never
it's
see it
Yakuza.
coming.
Yakuza, Final Fantasy X-2, Shenmue, Rock Band, or Sing It.
Disney edition.
Samba de Amigo.
Samba de Amigos.
You also left
karaoke.
out Lips and Lips party hits.
I didn't leave them out. I specifically was not going to.
So
It's not called Lips
take
party
those-
hits. It's called Lips #1 hits is what it's called. Thank you. Lips
you know what you
party
can do with-
classics.
You can
And
take
Lips
those lips
#1
and you
hits.
can kiss.
the lips.
Say what you will about karaoke Rock Band, but this Rock Band microphone that I record this podcast with,
It is
true, though.
ridiculous.
this
It's
is the
very
highest quality
absurd.
microphone of all of us. You guys have pop screens. And granted, sometimes there's a little bit of pop on my microphone. I'll give you that. But I just
No
don't
screens.
feel like... look, we don't have ads. I don't have the money to invest in pop screens.
You don't.
We have
Pop screen's like $5.
our wonderful friends and friends of the shows.
We don't have enough money because we need to keep $500 in the bank account or we get charged a $10 monthly fee, which is like most of the money that we make on this show. So
That is true. We do need to set that up.
So also, I've been playing. Yesterday or last Wednesday, I played Minecraft with Muffin, who introduced me to
Muffin!
Minecraft mods. They had a dinosaur server where you can hatch and raise dinosaurs.
I like vanilla Minecraft because it's less complicated.
I mean,
Modded Minecraft, you have to like install the mods and then learn what the mods are, and I am not about learning.
oh yeah, we had issues where the mods both were too, like, too updated or not updated enough. But we got it working, and dinosaurs were fun, and then we decided to go kill the Ender Dragon.
I don't want to live in a world where too updated is a problem.
if you update Rock Band 3 to version something 0.5, you can no longer play modded Rock Band 3 songs, like custom
did
Rock
know
Band
that.
3 songs. So every time the game I fire up the game, it asks me like, "Do you want to update?" And I have to be like, "No, I don't want to update." And sometimes I accidentally like almost click the button and I freak out.
Sad.
I don't want to
You
lose all my
click yes,
custom songs.
and then you just run to the router and hit it with a hammer.
Oh,
Yeah, I always keep my hammer close by. I need to hit many things with it.
Oh, also, Muffin tried to get me to join a Minecraft realm that's like all about playing mini games and such. Apparently, I was banned from that realm because there was one point where someone hacked my Minecraft account and they live in a different country. So this realm was all like, "Yeah, we detected that like multiple countries were logged onto your account, so you're banned."
We can
Good old
set up-
Microsoft.
We can set up mini games on our Bombers realm.
The thing that does
We
not
don't-
even still exist.
Yeah, we still have
Oh.
it.
Better,
It's
I
still
paid-
going.
I'm no
I paid
longer
good money
connected
for
to it.
Yes, you are.
No.
Unless you deleted yourself.
No,
was
like
banned.
the server list is no longer on there.
Oh, well, we'll get you reconnected. Yeah, I did nothing this week except watch AGDQ and finally finish Picross 5. which is such a weight off my back to be done with that
Oh,
one.
no,
until I
no.
went to the
7
eShop.
is coming
No,
out.
Yeah.
I
And
was
then-
gonna say,
yeah, no,
aren't
it
you
is
like
out.
You're like 3 behind now.
7 is out.
7 is
I
out?
haven't-
Oh,
7 is
my
out.
weekend is ruined.
I don't have 6
I'm
yet.
still playing the
and
Sega one.
I haven't played the Sega one yet either.
Oh,
So I was like, yay, I'm done with 5. And then I looked at those 3 on the eShop and was just like, I don't have the heart. I think I'm finally burnt out on Picross.
yeah. You know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call it. It's over.
Just, yeah.
Can we make a pact? Can we make a blood pact? I'll spit in my hand and we'll put it in your.
Do you have blood in your
Wound?
spit?
You'll just see me playing
No.
Picross the entire time at Shay's house.
Then I'll have to get it. I kind of maybe might do the Sega one just because
It's pretty
fun that it's like branded like
it's
that.
pretty fun.
The branded ones tend to be cooler. Like the
Yeah, like when Bombers
Twilight
has ads,
Princess?
it's a better show when it has ads. When we bring brands into it, it really makes the experience a lot better.
They should
Twilight Princess Picross was
they
good.
should port that and the Pokemon one to the Switch.
Oh yeah, the Pokemon one was good too.
So
The
had
Pokemon one was
energy,
really good.
so
I
that
like the
sucked.
Pokemon one a lot.
Yeah, so like maybe I'll only do the like branded / like what do you call that whenever it's a thing from a different thing? Licensed. There we go. Maybe I'll only do licensed Picross and not do like the regular release Jupiter 1 through 8
23.
anymore.
Yeah, that's why I call Picross 27.
Featuring hits from Maroon 5 and pictures of Britney Spears.
Just pictures.
Well, because
Yeah,
it's Picross.
Picross
okay.
Britney Spears. Picross Rob Thomas.
Follow the bit, Zyber. Come on.
I forgot about the Picross part of it.
It's been a long day.
It has
All
been.
right. But yeah, that's all I did.
Brit
so.
Cross Pickree Spears edition.
What have you been doing, Shay?
I played a lot of the Bourne Conspiracy on Xbox 360, which originally I picked up because I was told the achievement points were pretty easy. But it turns out not only are the points easy, the game's actually pretty good.
That's a movie.
So win-win.
No, the game. The Bourne Conspiracy is the game. The identity is, and then the Bourne other things. But the conspiracy is the game.
Is that the Bourne Conspiracy, the movie, the game?
No, it's not based off of a movie. It's just the Bourne Conspiracy. It's like a different story.
So are you conspiring or are you being conspired against?
No, you're being conspired against. Everyone is your enemy in this game. You fight Marines. You fight dark-skinned people in foreign countries. Classic. You fight like nondescript dudes in a museum. It's awesome. You fight. You punch dudes. You shoot dudes. You fight a prisoner who's like trying to escape in an airplane. Like, it's cheesy action movie nonsense at its best. Like, it's so stupid and it's great. I can't recommend this game highly enough, even though it's like objectively not like that great. It's just stupid fun.
I don't really have anything else to say about it.
I had to Google it because in my head I was like, "Isn't that Tom Clancy?" No, it's Robert Ludlum.
Yeah, Robert Ludlum and Matt Damon actually was supposed to be involved with the game, but here's what I read. I read that he wanted it to be a point-and-click adventure game, and they wanted to make an action game, and he was like, I'm not lending my image to this game. I was like, okay.
Hey, power to him for sticking to his like principles.
I only go in action
Matt
movies.
Damon
No, I
is all about mist and not about, just punching dudes.
I want a point-and-click action game.
I want an action point and click game.
Oh.
Aren't all PC games that are action games like point-and-click action games? Like you point and you click at stuff and then you shoot it? Like Doom or Serious Sam?
Keyboard.
All first-person shooters are
There we go.
point-and-click adventure games because you just click the heads. Come on.
You have to find the heads and click them.
Come on, genius. This game's not hard. All you gotta do is click the heads.
Stupid, don't go for the heart. That doesn't give you crit points.
What game is funnier, Sam and Max or Serious Sam?
Sam and Max.
What about Serious Sam and Max?
Serious Sam and Max is not a thing. It should
Not
be.
yet.
It should be. I totally. Video game crossovers that you would totally be into. Go.
Serious Sam and Max.
No,
Kingdom
give me
Hearts.
a different one.
just Kingdom
God
Hearts.
dang it! Oh, wait, this
Super
podcast
Smash
is
Bros.
over. Oh,
All-Star Battle Royale.
Eh.
yeah. That's. I said ones that you would want to play.
Oh. I think I own PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale on my Vita.
I own it on my PlayStation 3.
I think I played it twice.
Terrible.
Yeah, not good.
Why is there a Big Daddy in the game? What?
There's a lot of things in that game that are just like, why?
I don't think the original BioShock even came out on PlayStation.
Yeah, I was thinking
Did
that.
I mean, it did. You know what? Fat Princess is in that game.
What about
a character
what
you
about
don't remember?
Fat Super Princess Peach? I would play.
They have Ape Escape in it, so I'm happy.
Ape Escape from Monkey Island.
That'd be cool.
Uh,
Just Ape Escape literally with
Yeah.
anything would be a great combination.
Donkey Kong Ape Escape. No, wait. Donkey Kong Jr. Ape Escape.
Diddy Kong Racing Ape Escape.
Ape Escape Samba de Amigo.
So you
Ape
can't. Ape Escape goes with anything.
Ape Escape Major Minors Majestic March. I can get really deep in the deep cuts. You don't want to go toe to toe with me on this.
Ape Escape and Knuckles.
Featuring Dante from Devil May Cry.
Funky Edition.
Dante's Inferno.
That game
Dark-
was
Ape
not
Escape
good.
Viva Pinata.
Ape
I was thinking
Escape
that one
Darkest
already.
of Days. Go to the past with a crazy laser gun weapon and shoot Nazis.
More like V-Vape Escape Nada.
Batman Arkham Ape Escape.
This podcast is over.
Yeah, we're done. All right. We'll release the extended cut to Only
Nope.
Friends, where we riff on the Ape Escape combos for another 15 minutes.
I'm gonna escape
No.
from this.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to do
escape from this podcast.
that. Yeah.
Should I stop recording?
I'm still recording. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave this part in.